what do you think the AI impact will be on the world as a whole? Like, what can we expect in the next 10 years in terms of numbers?
Massive, you know. um so my opinion doesn't really matter here, but the source that everybody is quoting recently is a McKinsey report that
Mm.
came out, and they were projecting, 4.4 trillion dollars in value, whatever. These numbers don't mean anything out of context, right?
Okay.
But some numbers that really mean something are the productivity numbers. So McKinsey is estimating that our productivity will increase, the productivity of the world as a
Mm.
whole, between 0.1% and 0.6%
Mm.
on average. Now, per year. Now, what does this mean? So 0.1% this year, just attributed to AI, um, accumulates each year with like 0.1%, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1 for 20 years. That's a 25% productivity increase
Mm.
of the world as a whole.
Mm.
If the numbers are more aggressive, as McKinsey suggested, between 0.1 and 0.6, so if we increase our productivity 0.6% per year, this accumulates to 200% productivity increase in 20 years.
Wow.
So by 2040,
Mm.
you can expect us to be 3 times more productive as a world. The whole world would be 3 times more productive, um, on average,
Mm.
right? And this change will be driven by, let's say, knowledge workers and this and that. It would be very very comparable to the industrial revolutions,
Mm.
where before that we were just using our hands, and then we started using these enormous machines to get the job
Yeah.
done. In this same way, we were using our minds to work often, and now we'll be using these machines to help us do the knowledge work as
Mm.
well. So I just want to say the world would be 3 times more productive as a whole, while some industries would be 100 times more productive, others would be a
Mm.
thousand times more productive, and others wouldn't be impacted at all, right?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you're looking forward in the next 20 years, and this is how it's gonna look. If we compare it to the previous 20 years that have just passed,
Mm,
and the wide adoption of the internet as well
mm,
in our workforce, do you have any data
mm.
about how?
No data.
No
I don't.
data.
I don't know how impactful the internet was, but quite impactful.
Quite impactful, yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a big thing. I can imagine
Okay.
that it
Just trying
helped.
to put things in perspective.
It's comparable. I imagine that it's comparable. The internet would remain a bigger thing than AI. I can for
Mhm.
the next 20 years, but yeah, the AI wouldn't work without the internet at the same time, so it's impossible to think about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.